Congratulations to the Houston Astros on making it to the World Series, and same with the Washington Nationals, who made their first in franchise history. Now that we got that out of the way, we got Game 1 tonight. So, um, Max Scherzer and Garrett Cole are the pitchers for Washington and Houston, respectively. And I think this series is going to be a very pitcher heavy, considering you have a killer 1, 2, 3 on both sides of the ball, with Houston having Cole, who's been pitching out of his mind the past, well, really you could say past 3 months, but really in the playoffs. Justin Verlander, who always turns it on in these series and in these moments, and Zach Greinke, who they got at the trade deadline from Arizona. You got those three guys at the top of their lineup, and then you got for the Nationals, you got Max Scherzer, who's going tonight, who's probably the most reliable pitcher probably in the league. Steven Strasburg, who's amazing right now, and Patrick Corbin, who they signed in free agency, I believe, from Arizona. I believe they signed him in free agency. But and then also you could have Anibal Sanchez. You could throw him into the mix. He's not as great as the top three guys, but he pitched a complete masterpiece in game. I think it was game 1 of the NLCS in St. Louis. He just pitched a complete masterpiece. He had, I think, 7 1/3 or 7 2/3 of no-hit ball. But so both Houston and Washington have great pitchers, and they both have great hitters. And the Nationals lineup has Trey Turner leading off, Adam Eaton hitting second, Rendon, who is an MVP candidate in this entire season, and depending on how the series go, could be series MVP. Juan Soto batting cleanup. Howie Kendrick is their DH. This is in Houston, so the DH applies. He was the NLCS MVP. Asdrubal Cabrera batting 6th. Ryan Zimmerman batting 7th. Kurt Suzuki batting 8th. And Victor Robles batting 9th. While the Houston Astros lineup has George Springer batting batting leadoff, who historically has done amazing in the World Series in the leadoff spot. Jose Altuve batting second, who was the ALCS MVP, with the walk-off home run off of a hanging slider thrown by Aroldis Chapman in Game 5. Game 6. Game 6. No, it was Game 5. Michael Brantley batting 3rd. Alex Bregman batting cleanup, batting 4th. Yuli Gurriel batting 5th. Carlos Correa batting 6th. Yordan Alvarez, the rookie stud, who has a chance to be AL Rookie of the Year. I think he's the front runner. Martin Maldonado's batting 8th, and Josh Reddick is batting 9th. But keys for Nash. And the Nationals only brought 4 starters in their game for the series, so they're going to bring Scherzer, Strasburg, Corbin, and Sanchez. They're probably going to pitch in that order also. So, depending on how that goes, they are really relying on those 4 starters. But keys for a Nationals victory in Game 1, and I think throughout the series, Scherzer, the rest of the starters, and the bullpen need to hold the Astros to 2 or less runs. If Astros get a 2-run lead, the bats still have a chance to put on runs. So if it's more than 2, maybe 3 or more, or 4 or more, the farther you get away from 2, the harder it's going to be to put up runs, considering the bullpen and the starters of Houston are pretty good. and on the verge dominant for some of them. I think not the Astros, the Nationals need to put pressure on Cole early in game one. If you put on pressure on Cole, make him make him work counts, the pitch count will rack up, and that's kind of what you need. You just kind of need to be patient. And you have to slow the game down. If you let the game can sweep you by and everything, you gotta slow the game down. That's what the best hitters do, and pitchers do, is they slow the game down. One worry for the Nationals is their postseason, not postseason, their World Series inexperience, you can say, considering I don't think anybody on this team, maybe Howie Kendrick, when he was with the Dodgers, have made it to the World Series. Maybe Max Scherzer when he was with the Tigers in 2012. You could say that. I think it was on that team. But, yeah, that's just one thing you gotta have to worry about, is their inexperience. But if they played even relatively as good as they did in the NLCS, I think they'll be fine. I don't think, like the odds for the World Series, how this is, I think, the most lopsided ever. I think they're not giving the Nationals a shot, even though they upset the LA Dodgers in LA in Game 5. They manhandled St. Louis in the NLCS. I didn't think it was going to be for just a clean sweep. I would have liked it if it wasn't, but that's what happened. I just don't think they're giving the Nationals much credit, and I think that's kind of what's thriving too, an underdog type team. And they really just got to keep the ball in the ballpark. The Astros struggled in the ALCS against the Yankees. Most of their offense came off of, I think it was 8 home runs. I mean, if you look at how they ended up winning the series, it was a home run by a hanging slider from Aroldis Chapman to Jose Altuve to win that series. I think it was 8 home runs they hit. Keys for a Houston Astros victory, like with the Nationals, they need to quell the bats. They need to silence the bats as best as they can. Hold them to as little damage as they can produce. And then with Cole going in Game 1 tonight, he just has to be himself. He has to pitch the way he's pitched every single game in the playoffs and for the past 3 months. He just has to slow the game down and be calm. That's kind of really it. I mean, for my prediction for Game 1, I think both Scherzer and Cole will at least go, I think they'll both go 7 innings. I think Scherzer's probably going to give up 2 runs, and I think Cole will give up 1. So by the end of going into the 8th, the top of the 8th, it'll be 2-1 Houston. I think that's going to probably be the final score, probably 2-1. It's a close game and a really hard-fought game. But, yeah, that's my preview, really. I wish Joe Buck wasn't announcing it. That would make it even much better for me. I don't hate him, but I'd rather have other people I'd listen to than him. But, yeah, that's my preview of Game 1. I think, how do I think they're going to get the runs? I think probably Rendon will score, and I think Kendrick's probably going to hit a homer to the left in that short porch over the left field wall on the scoreboard. How's Houston going to score 2 runs? No, I said the Nationals were going to score 1 run. I think Howie Kendrick is going to hit a solo homer. And Houston, how are they going to score 2 runs? And it's like pick your poison with this lineup, really. This lineup's pretty almost star-studded from top to bottom. I think probably Bregman will have probably an RBI, and I think Alvarez is going to have an RBI. So that's my preview. If you guys liked it, hit that like button. Subscribe if you don't care to. It'd be nice. And I will do a review of Game 1. I am going to watch it. It's going to take me forever because I'm on the East Coast and it won't get done until like 11 o'clock. So hopefully I can do a review right after it's done. If not, I will do it first thing in the morning. But I will see you guys later, and bye.